Good morning, beloved community. I am honored and grateful to be here with you on this Easter Sunday from my garden sanctuary. And first, I just want to speak that the word Easter comes from the word Ostara, which is a pagan holiday, and Ostara refers to the Babylonian goddess Ishtar, who symbolizes the renewal and the rebirth that comes with springtime. And so on this special day that over time has been changed and the celebration has evolved, and as the Holy Roman Empire placed their beliefs on top of the beliefs of others around the world, the symbol of the resurrection of Jesus Christ came to be that which is celebrated instead of the regeneration and the rebirth of nature itself. And so today I want to offer us a brief Ostara ritual to remind us of our connection with the planet, with all of life around us, and with the regenerative process and the energy of evolution that is life itself. So I want to take this beautiful spring morning to invite you to share with me in a simple ritual of drinking and eating bread and water. And so if you have a small piece of bread and a little cup of water available, you can do this with me now. And if not, I want to just offer this practice to you as something that you can do later. And if you don't eat bread or can't eat bread, you can actually do this with any food. A carrot, a nut, an apple, anything would actually work. So I have in front of me my little plate prepared with a little piece of bread and this little cup of water. And I grew up in a more traditional religion, and we used to have communion at church where we would drink the bread and the wine. And so this is a little ritual that I have devised that is sort of based on that, but has taken on new meaning as my beliefs have evolved. And so I invite you first to just take a deep breath and let go. Take another deep breath in and let go. One more deep breath in and let go. And so if you will, pick up your piece of bread or whatever it is you might have, and just hold it in your hand for a moment. And as you hold this thing, this is bread that I am holding in my hand, which is made of grain. And I want you to contemplate that the grain, that the substance that this bread is made out of, is actually a combination of millions and billions of years of life, of evolution. That it takes sunshine and rain and human labor and time and all of this energy of transformation and transmutation for the little particles that exist in the soil and in the water and in the sun to converge and become the seeds that then be manipulated and made into the bread. That then when we eat, those particles then become part of us. And so to acknowledge when we take a bite of this bread, that we are literally eating of the dust of the ground, that this is truly the body of the earth herself, that this is soil, that this is air, that this is water, and that this is sunlight, that this is human labor, that this is time. And as you ingest this body, feel your connection and your groundedness with the body of the earth. And so I invite you to take a bite, and as you chew, absorb the awareness that this is the body of the earth rising up to become the body of you and of me that will eventually then become part of the earth body again. And I recognize that my body and the body of the earth are one. That my life and the body of the earth are one. And take another deep breath in. And then, if you will, from there, take your cup and just look at this clear water. From what I understand, the way that water molecules and the flow of water has happened on this planet for the last 4 billion years is that it is the same water that has been here all along. That in a sense, water, like energy, cannot be created or destroyed. And that there is indeed one circulatory system that moves through all living things on this planet, that comes from the oceans and the rivers, that is absorbed and drank by the trees, by the plants, and by the animals, and that we drink, and that we give back to the earth. And that indeed, if the same water has been flowing through the oceans and rivers on this planet for 4 billion years, then it's the same water that has been flowing through the blood of the veins of every person who has ever lived. So as you hold this cup, I want you to contemplate the idea that the ocean and the rivers are running through your veins, that the salt content of your blood is the same of the salt content of the ocean. We are one. And that as we drink this water, to remember that the same water rivers that flow in my body, the same water that fills me, is the same water that flowed through the body of the Buddha, of the Christ, of every saint and sage that has ever lived, that the wisdom of the ages is flowing through me, and that all of life is circulating through one great system. That water is life. And so as we drink, I invite you to contemplate that you are drinking of the rivers, of the oceans, and of the rain, and that the blood of everyone who has ever lived is your blood, that the rivers run through all of us, and we are one. So just breathe in again and let go. And I want to thank you for sharing in this brief ritual with me. Happy Easter, happy Ostara, and happy spring. And now I invite you to enjoy this beautiful music, to take this time of contemplation forward, and then to hear our beloved Reverend Alice as she talks to us about breaking through to new beginnings. Namaste, and blessed be.